Alright, this is a little tutorial on how to put together a book from Google. Excuse the children in the background. This is the finished product. I use the binding, and the pages are, you can see that. So a nice little 8.5 by 5.5 book. So first I start off with is I print the cover on a cardstock page. Sometimes I Mod Podge that, but here lately I haven't been bothering. If it ends up where I'm wearing the toner off of the cover, I might come back and do that. Son, no, don't mess with the tripod. So now for me, a lot of the books have some great covers, but they tend to be overwhelming, so I like to use the title page. As you can see, this is actually the title page for Tom Swift and his Air Scout. Here's the title page for Pinocchio. It's just my personal preference, but I like them. So I print, everything I print in booklet form, and there'll be a video attached that shows you how to print in booklet form if you don't know. So I'm doing these in sets of 5. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creates a booklet. And then, oh, before I start that, tools I'm using the long arm stapler. Once I use the long arm stapler, I have this homemade, I made it a couple years ago. It's just plywood, a carriage bolt pin. You can see there's no washer or anything there, just a washer here and a wing nut. I measured it out and squared it because I get really fanatical about that. So these are just making my squared edges. I screwed it into a piece of plywood. I wrote top just in case I forgot, and my bottom down here. I'll be using this. This is literally scrap plywood to make it from, and it does not, I know you'd love some directions, but really go out there and play and you can figure it out. I do have it where it's just under 5.5 so that I can get a nice edge, and I'll show you that as we go. So the last thing I'll be using is actually a hot glue, and of course you need a good little cutter. And I love having the binding tape. I really like the way that this closes up. So easy enough. I set my long arm to the edge being 5.5. And as you see, I took my first packet of 5. Another thing I have a personal preference is I like the staple. Here, let me show you that. Oh, I haven't put staples in it. Doesn't that figure? So let me get the staples. And I just put 2 staples in there. And then I can fold it, and I have a little booklet. Now, trial and error is the best teacher for this, and I want to show you, because I'm picky, I like seeing this part of the staple, if you can see that, this part of the staple to be shown and not this part. So that's just my little thing that I like. So from this part you would just simply square it up, and there you go. And now you would do this for each and every one. Count them up. Double check. One of the things I double check is page 28, page 29. Good.